Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our live stream and talking about Melon. So, I don't know if any of you have heard of Melon. Have you ever heard of Melon, Leanne?
No, yay!
Awesome. So Melon is a streaming platform. And let's see if I can share my screen so we could take a look at what it looks like. It's going to look a little funky here, but it'll be fun, and we'll take a look at what it actually looks like. All right, so you should be able to see us live on screen here. Still trying to figure this all out, so bear with me. Nope, that's not the one I want. Oh, I have to show on stream. There we go. So you get to see us and you get to see what the Melon screen looks like. And it's really a simple browser. You go to melonapp.com, sign up for a free account. You get to enter your information and you get to go stream live. Very simple. A few things that you can do is you can actually come over here. You can edit your name. They do have a pro plan, which is $10 a month. You can record once you get the pro plan also. You can turn on and off participants' names like you see up there if you look at in this upper right corner of my video, you can actually see my name go on and off, which is kind of cool. We can look at our audio status, if the microphones are on or not. And not sure what the TTS is. Let's see here. It says enable speech to text when a guest joins. Interesting. And then we can indicate who's actually speaking. So I'm not sure how that actually works because I'm talking and it doesn't show that I'm the one who's talking. So that's interesting.
Well, I could talk and see if it changes.
I don't see any changes in it, though.
I didn't see any change either.
Interesting.
Maybe that has to do with the speech to text thing. Who knows?
It could be. So a logo, they're going to put this Melon up in the upper right corner of the screen until you pay for the pro, and then you're allowed to brand this yourself, which is kind of cool. You can have banners, which you see under here. You can turn those on and off, right? So you can come in and change this banner at any time. Now, the one thing I don't like about this one in comparison to the other one, which is StreamYard allows you to, even in the free version, create multiple banners. So you can create 4, 5, 6 different banners, and each time you can click when you're changing topics, which is really nice. Also within this one, you actually have to go into settings to actually get there. And on the other one, on StreamYard, there's a banner, and you just click on the banner and it pops them open. So you can do that, and you can do one ticker across the bottom. Now, in StreamYard, what I like about that one just a little bit better is that you can actually see so you can actually have multiple ticklers across the bottom. So if you want to change it halfway through and pop up your YouTube channel or pop up a link that you're referring to, you get to do that. This one isn't as easy. You just get to have that one and you get to turn it on and off. So I can come in here and change this on the fly, but you have to be a little bit more coordinated, right? For joining. So it just makes it a little different. I do like this in that you can change the colors and the fonts a little bit easier. So if we wanted to make this white, if we wanted to make it red, you can do that nice and quick without really having to do much. Backgrounds, you only get 3 different background colors to begin with. If you want to move on to any of the other ones, you have to upgrade to their pro plan, which, that's what this is all about. They want to get people paying. Video, as you saw, we have the countdown videos, but any other video, you have to be on that pro plan to upload a video. So, that's one of the differences for that. So go for it. You got a question?
Yeah. So are you live streaming elsewhere now too?
No, that's so on the regular plan, you can only stream to one platform. Now on the pro plan with this, it says that you can actually stream to multiple platforms I'm pretty sure that StreamYard has that. I haven't looked into that. It would be really cool, right, to be able to go to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Well, Twitter doesn't have a live, but LinkedIn has a live. And to be
Hmm.
able to go to all platforms at one time would be really nice. So
And then the green screen, I wonder on the Pro plan, would you be able to use the green screen?
that's a great question. I know that in StreamYard they have a green screen. Of course, I'm using a blue screen because I found with a lot of the colors that I'm using, blue tends to be a little bit better. Um, and I can modify that. So I use OBS a lot also to do recordings. So blue tends to be a little bit better. So
Yeah, this is my live screen. This is
it's live. Nice. So yeah, so this is a pretty. It's honestly for somebody. Oh, all right, see,
that was fun.
you can make your us smaller and the screen bigger, and because we're actually looking at the live
Yeah,
stream on our screen, it just goes one. So it just keeps repeating itself, which is kind of cool.
it
Um,
is.
you can go to schedule, so you can actually come in here and schedule, which is what I did with this, which is super nice. And even if I only use this feature just to schedule lives, a little trick of the trade for those of you who want to get better on YouTube and increase your rankings, if you have a topic that you're going to post a video about, go put a live stream in and put all the information, do your title and your description, and schedule a live because lives rank higher than regular videos. So, and then in your description, put a link to the video that you've recorded. So that's for those of you who are on and watching this later, that's just a little secret that I just learned recently to get yourself to rank just a little bit higher in the search because the algorithm goes what's live or what's scheduled to be live, followed by what videos are up there. So get a good description or get a good title, get a good description, and after you repeat your title line in your first line of the description, put a link to the video you want people to go to. So, did you know that, Leanne?
No, that's a new one. I'm still processing that.
Yeah. Um, so yes, you can schedule, and then we can show the chat, right? So I can look at the chat if somebody's private chatting, like Leanne and I did at the very beginning, because I sent her the link so that she could come send it out to people. But we can look at the regular chat, and I can interact with people in here. And I could just, again, I don't multitask like this very easily, but I just posted a hello everyone in the chat, and then other people can reply, and I can look at that chat and be interacting with them, and I can actually show this up on the screen. So just with one click, I can have everybody see what somebody. So go ahead and type something, Leanne.
Sure. I'll put in the stream chat. It's interesting that it doesn't seem to be a box for me to type.
Yeah,
I can only do it from private chat.
really. Okay. Well,
Like on stream chat, there's no box for me to
I
type
wonder if that's
into.
because you're live with me and not looking at it from another.
Yeah, that could be. Sure.
If you were, it probably is. But if you were in, and I won't be able to put our private chat up on the screen, but if you were in YouTube, so let me pull up, I'm going to pull up my YouTube on my iPad here. One of the other things I don't like about StreamYard and Melon is they don't have the NDI capability. So NDI allows you to capture a device like an iPad and put it up on your screen, where I can do that in OBS. So a lot of the videos that I record, I'll be using that because I want to show people how the iPad looks or the iPhone looks when we're working in different projects. But let's see, if I log into YouTube right now and I go to let's see here. Let me switch my accounts, and I'm
And
going to
you
go.
and I have both reached a new mark on YouTube.
We
It's
have
exciting.
super exciting. There, we're so I'm going to turn the volume down on this so we don't hear, but I'm going to type into the chat here. Um, Hello, everyone, from my iPad. Now, I'm going to tell you something funny about myself so that you guys can learn a little bit about me. I actually talk to myself when I type a lot. So that's that's a bad see. So I just typed from my iPad, and I'm going to show that up on the screen now. So this stream chat is only for people who are live. So the private chat is for the people who are presenting to be able to send, hey, I want to talk about this topic. So if I were to send Leanne a message about, I'll send her something and she'll bring it up. Um,
Actually, I was going to log in on because you sent me this link. I realized I can log in on my phone too as a guest. So this is how, honestly, people think, nerds and tech geeks like Charles and like myself, that we just, sit down and read the manual and learn this stuff. No, we don't. We get on it. We get on it. We figure we can't break it usually, right?
so a couple days ago when I found Melon, because I just found StreamYard myself also, and I love OBS, and please don't get me wrong, I think OBS is probably it's open source broadcasting system, right? Or software. It really is the creme de la creme when it comes to technology, but there's so many people that don't know how. It's like it's too complicated. So Leanne and I could figure it out, and I figured it all out by watching videos and just trial and error and messing around with it. That's why I figured a blue screen is better than a green screen, because I do wear a lot of darker colors, and I do get flooded out by my lights every now and then. So in fact, let me see if I can get not so shiny. There we go.
Minnesota, and there's this really bright thing up in the sky. We don't usually see it much in January and February, but it's really, really bright today, and you can see because my window's open, and so that's speaking of getting flooded out. It's not the room light; it's actually the sunlight is flooding me out today, which is not usual this time of year. Kind of nice though. I think I see melting stuff out there. It's exciting.
Snow's melting on you, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's see here. Were you able to get on and see if you can post something?
No, it is actually still just says it's joining, so I'm still
Gotcha.
looking at
So,
that.
so what's interesting, this is a very simplistic, as you guys can see, what you see on this screen right now that I'm pointing at with my little hand, right, is exactly what I see on my screen. There's nothing like overly techy. All you need to have is a webcam, a microphone. I use a open ear microphone headset, which I love. I can hear people behind me if my wife or daughter come into the room or they're talking to me. I can hear them, which is super cool. But I mean, everything that you see on this screen is exactly what I see on my screen. So it's not really, and what's really nice is we can actually go in. I'll go into my
Really
channel for a minute.
the camera just zoomed in really
It
fast.
was like, okay, let's see here. Go into my YouTube so that you guys can see this, right? And everything is just over on the side, and you have to turn it on and off. So here's my YouTube studio, and I want to go back to my channel. No, that's not the page I want. I want to actually look at my studio so we'll go back to studio because we have a really, like Leanne said, we hit, both of us have hit a couple of milestones here recently, and my milestone is this 171 subscribers, which I'm super happy about. The other thing I'm really happy about is I'm up to 28 hours of watch time now. the interesting thing that you have to pay attention to is to really get monetized, you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. So it's quite a lot, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So I know that's my next goal. Now
So Charles, how to
I
find
think
information on
I'm at day 30 on mine, and I still am not able to customize my URL yet. I'm not sure why, but I'll be paying attention to that. And I wonder, can you share one of your screens or not,
it
Leanne?
says I can share my screen.
Okay, so let's go into yours and show people how they can change their URL.
Fun because the screen I'm going to share initially is here. Let me close out a couple.
So if you go to screen share and you go up to, it should along the top say screen. Go to the one that says browse, whatever your browser is, and then you could pick the individual tab that you want to share.
Yeah, so I had the options. Just I'll speak through this for anybody interested. I clicked on share screen, and then it gives me the option of I have two screens, so screen one or screen two, and then it gives me the option of my entire screen would show everything. If I have multiple windows open, different stuff, or I could choose an application window or a Chrome tab specifically. So I'm choosing application window, which is now showing this, I believe. Switch over to the tab though now. Charles, do you see my?
There we go.
I see my studio. Tell me where to go in here so I can see my number of hours watched and things.
Okay,
like
so you need to. Oh, so if you click on your picture in the upper left corner and go to your regular page.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking for hours watched, right?
Sure. Yeah. So this is my studio. That's a great start.
Okay, so let's start with this. So open up a new tab.
Okay.
And I want you to go to VID IQ.
All right.
And we want the Chrome extension.
The VID.com, correct?
No, I want you to go to VID IQ Chrome extension.
All right.
And so what we're going to do is for people who want to, so it'll be don't click on the add one at the top, click on the second one where it says Chrome extension. So this is a new extension I found just yesterday. In fact, Leanne and I were talking about it. And what it does is there's a subscription, but there's a free version, which is what I'm using. And it basically looks at your videos and gives you pointers as to where you're at. So once it installs onto Leanne's computer, we're going to refresh her studio. All right. And so yeah, pause that because you're going to want to watch that and watch some of his videos later. So let's go back to your studio.
Mm-hmm. Why do I suddenly feel a little bit naked?
No, you're good. So click the refresh button.
All right. Now so I've been doing YouTube stuff about last July. Very not intentionally like trying to grow anything, just here and there. So Charles has gotten to 107 subscribers woo, woo, in 30 days. Woo, woo, that's awesome. I've climbed up to 115 subscribers very casually. And now in 2021, one of my goals is to grow this. Well, wow, boom, look at that. Look at this amazing business partner that I have, Charles Wood, who happens to be a little even more into this than I am. So it's a fun journey when you can find people that you can mastermind with, grow together. We'll be doing your own thing. There's not competition here. It's just growth. And so, right. Charles, I just want expiation to you for sharing all this with me today and bringing me to this.
It is super exciting, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's actually, I think we need to go to studio.
Okay, so let's go to studio. Should be mine by default, I believe. So here we are. Channel content.
You don't, for some reason, You know what? I think you might have to exit out of Chrome and log back into Chrome.
I was going to say, here's my extensions. So,
Oh, okay. So yeah, click on your extensions and find the video. So the little puzzle piece.
okay, hold on. So this one.
Yes.
Yep.
And then once
Go.
that opens, you're
So
going to
should
want to scroll.
I add it? Okay.
Yeah, you should be able just to click on it, and it should open. It should give you a list that the a drop down list.
It did. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So click on IQ.
Where would that be?
It's right next to the puzzle piece in your Chrome extensions.
Oh, I did, and I have a list up. You don't see it? It's kind
Oh
of
no,
blue.
I don't see that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there is a drop down. Everybody, it says vidIQ on it. Then it says YouTube shortcuts. There's a whole list of stuff.
Okay, so
Underneath
so
says
go to
log
dashboard. Oh yeah,
dashboard.
that's why you're gonna have to log in. You're gonna have to log into your account that you're using for YouTube. That's what it is.
Got it.
Forgot about that.
Okay,
And then once you're logged in, then refresh your studio page.
got it. See, this is how this is how techie people figure this stuff out. No doubt, right?
You know, it's funny because in my old regular job, I used to write policy and all sorts of stuff, and I knew that people never read policy. Even the smartest people that I worked with, they didn't read the policy. They just like would dive in and do something and learn it. Like, okay, what's the key points that I need to know, right? So,
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so it's not going there with me.
so did you refresh your screen?
Yes, it's that to log into my account.
Okay.
With YouTube, which is of course actually Google Gmail.
Right.
And ironically, I had I did change the email associated with my earlier, so that might be adding to some now.
It could be, yeah. I know that you'll need to log into the whatever for your Joyminder, whatever email you're using to log into that. You need to use the same email so that it can actually figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this quickly. Let's try my old email and see if it still is. Maybe it's just not processed that I've changed it yet, which is possible.
How recently did you do that?
An hour ago.
Oh, well, there you go. Look at that.
Okay, one more try, and then I have to move on to doing other stuff.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, because we got to get your YouTube channel name changed so that you don't have the long extensions behind it.
Right, I'm excited about that.
The one thing you'll have to remember though is once you change it, you got to go make sure that like in your Now site, if you have any of those links, that you put the new link. So it is a little bit of work.
This is
there we
just
go.
a joke. No, there was a button that said sign in with Google, and I was completely ignoring it.
Gotcha.
And trying to sign in directly to vidIQ. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up, but that's just like, I just wasted
awesome.
3 minutes or whatever it was. But that's okay.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Now I'm in YouTube.com according to this.
Right. So we'll need to go back to your studio.
Okay. Hit refresh.
Yep.
All right. Can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
And
but it's all part of the.
It's why I like doing live video, quite honestly, because when you see the perfect video, oh, it just goes like this, and everyone's like, oh, sure, it's that easy. Well, yeah, no, usually it isn't just that easy.
Right.
And it's good to see that even people who are usually really proficient at stuff make mistakes, have to back up, have to, make backups.
Very true.
I'm who hasn't written that paper in college or however and never, and then 5 pages just go poof.
Yep.
And that happens in technology. If you're not saving and duplicating, you lose stuff. Click on this now.
So right beside the search bar is now your stats. Now it's kind of blurry for us. We can't read exactly what it says.
My search bar is my stats.
So up at the top it says it shows the YouTube logo and the studio on the left, and you go to right.
Yes, I see
search.
that.
So look at that. So now you can actually look at your stats and go, what are my stats telling me, right? So in the last 12 months, you have 365 hours of content that's been watched.
Excellent.
And I'm at 28. So I'm even though I'm getting a lot of subscribers right now, I'm not getting a lot of watch hours. It tells you in the last 60 minutes how many views you've had. It shows you your last 48 hours. You can look at your last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, I've had 910 views.
Sweet.
So evidently I hit something right, and I have to figure out what I did, but somehow I posted something someplace that started getting a lot of clicks, which is great, which is what we want.
So in the last 7 minutes watched in the last 7 days, 588, which is down 1%. But my then they're here, 91 is actually 26% compared to the previous 7 days. It's fun if you can just which typically, honestly, I don't really get all that into stats. It's important to know where you are though, and it's able to quickly reference things and see, hey, am I trending up or am I trending down? What can I do to turn it around? So
that's exactly right. I think one of the hardest things with YouTube that I've been finding, and I just switched my YouTube channel from just an email address to a branded channel, which I think is what's going on and why maybe it's taking a little longer for me to customize. But I am a stats geek. I have my Lean Six Sigma green belt, and it's Lean Six Sigma is all about statistics. We look at, all sorts of things, anything that you can think of. We would dump it into a program called Minitab, and we could look at charts and graphs, and we could do all sorts of stuff with the data so that we could actually say what's going on. And so to look at this stuff and go, wow, I don't know, like I was having problems figuring out what my numbers were. And I think it was just because I started learning these little things and doing them that it's really been helping. So let's get your name changed. So if you go to the left-hand column and you look at the little wand with the stars.
Yep. Called customization.
Customization, that's right. And once that pulls up, you're going to go to basic information, which is right under the channel customization header.
Yeah. Now I had added a channel description yesterday and it didn't save, so I found that interesting.
Yeah. So for you, if you scroll down a little bit, you see your channel URL. You now have the little icon that says set a custom URL for your channel.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to click on that, and now you can name your channel whatever you want. I think you actually have to click set. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
There.
So it's suggesting give fans an easier burst, so I don't have to use. It does want me to use JoyMinder. It's giving me this. It's not letting me really choose.
That's it. That is interesting. So it's actually pulling the name of your channel.
Yeah.
Over.
I go up and edit that. Last name is required. So if I wanted to change this, just because if I wanted to just change it to JoyMinder, because I do JoyMinder Consulting is part of what I use the JoyMinder name in other ways. I'm curious.
I think you have to publish that first. So I would I would, yeah, click on publish.
Yeah, I don't want to publish this though.
Right.
So I wonder if I can refresh or go
That's a good
backwards.
idea.
I mean, it's not the worst it ends up being when I keep it.
You
But
can change your,
it did change. So
oh, that's
channel
good.
now says join-minder. And now if I go down, nope, it kept this. So it didn't actually go back. So let me try refresh. Well, I didn't publish. I didn't hit publish.
Right. So you are allowed to change your channel name 3 times in a 12-month period.
Okay.
Which is a nice thing to know.
Yeah.
The one thing I was learning as I was looking at this is that so maybe edit that without changing the URL.
Yeah.
Is that if you do mess up and you change it, however, if somebody else comes in and decides that they want a Joyminder Consulting, there you go, perfect. Then they could actually come in and take Joyminder Consulting as their name. But it looks like they've done some tweaks even to the last video I watched about how to do this. But that's very cool. I'm looking forward to changing my name. So
yeah.
make sure you publish it so that it locks it in.
Well, now you've given me pause though, because in all my videos and throughout time, I've been telling people find me on YouTube with Joyminder Consulting, and my consulting business is my overriding. So maybe it does make sense.
Yeah.
To do that. So I'm gonna just hit refresh. This time I'm gonna do it this way though. I'm gonna do this Joyminder Consulting. Capital. And down here, I can add consulting.
Oh, there you go. That works.
And it gives me a green arrow over here. So it does say Joyminder Consulting. Yeah, so I'm going to just give this a go and hit publish. Once a custom URL is set, it cannot be changed or transferred to a different channel. Your custom URL is ready to set to this. So last chance, I can cancel or confirm.
Here it goes. Drum roll.
There we go. Done.
Awesome. You are now and by the way, you can drop that C. You don't have to use that C.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually use if I'm not mistaken, https yt.com/Joyminder Consulting.
Okay,
I think that will work.
So nope. It did not work?
No, so it has to be youtube.com/Joyminder Consulting. Yeah, so you don't need the C in it. So so it can be youtube.com/Joyminder Consulting. So makes it nice and simple now, and you don't have to remember the 14 capital U SQT 497, right? Nobody ever remembers that information.
Here's an interesting question though. So I have this, and if I go back,
you got to share your screen again if we're gonna.
Sure. Do that. So share screen.
Now, one of the interesting things, and I haven't done this on with the other one yet, is that when you share your screen, it pops up. And it actually, in my ear, I heard that Leanne Lyons is sharing her screen, and so I actually have to click on the show stream for it to pop up, which is kind of an interesting.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool for the host to be able to do that. So
okay, so this is good to know. It's FYI, when you do change your URL, this was a little worried about it because I have a lot of bookmarks here. Surprise, for my YouTube channel, so I can get to particular videos or whatever quickly. It actually all the bookmarks still work. Nice. The UC ZXM, blah, blah, blah. That's still associated with my account. That still is my identifier, apparently. So it works either way.
Right. And I think looking at, like, when you look at the customization, it says your channel URL, and I don't think that changed. That stayed the same. It just gave you another URL. So if you go back to Studio and we look at Studio again and we go back to customization, yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
so it keeps your original and then it has your custom, which is really nice. So I guess you
Yeah.
don't have to go back and change all those previous things, but you know
Yeah.
what's really nice is when you're doing a live or you're doing a video, it's much easier to say, you know, hey, follow us at youtube.com/joyminder consulting,
Right.
instead
And
of,
which way, having the capitals, not necessary. Excuse me. But does it make it easier to read? Yes.
yes,
Because people ask me all the time, well, why do you put dots and dashes into your URLs? Because they're readable that way. Capitals, dashes, dots, just make it possible for people to make sense of it instead of just a bunch of, all lowercase letters that they have to try to pick, okay, which is the word, So I try to make it as easy as possible for people to clearly see and read things in URLs. So
yes,
it's great.
yeah, I agree, and sometimes when I'm doing stuff in Now site, it makes it nice putting that the hashtag instead of the underscore.
Yeah.
Just because visually it looks better and people tend to remember, oh, I got to put the hashtag and they'll forget the underscore and then they never make it to your page.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I do.
Well, I think what we'll have to do is I think Leanna and I are going to have to start doing a weekly stream where we just go over some simple topics with people and show people how to do stuff.
Oh boy, between this and the YouTube, I do a thing site every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central. Plus, I've got, a lot of people talking to me now about hey, we got to get onto, I'll get the name, Clubhouse. Hey, let's do a Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Let's do it every day. Let's do a Clubhouse once a week. And, I'm looking at my going, whew, it's really getting full of regular presentations. At the same time, this is what we're missing, work home in all this COVID world is this actual, genuine, even face-to-face connection.
I agree.
We're recording this and people can watch it later, and that's convenient. But having Clubhouse and doing regular presentations like this where people can really connect, ask questions, be here live, I think that makes a big difference.
I think one of the things that I'm thinking about, like in general, is so I'm getting ready to medically retire, which Leanne knows about, from my full-time job. I used to work for the state of California, ran a healthcare department in one of our prisons. We have 35 prisons, and one of the things I miss is the collaboration where, I would go to my supervisor's offices and sit down with them and we would talk through issues. And there would be a lot of times I would go to say my medical records supervisor who worked for me, and we would be talking through an issue and it wasn't a private conversation. Then we left the door open, right? And somebody would go by and say, oh, hey, I had a question about that myself. And so there's this collaboration that, like, I like doing videos. I'm getting better. I'm getting more comfortable at it. I've actually had some people like, oh, you're really good at it. I'm like, oh, I think I'm horrible. But I think the live back and forth where we can work through how to do something. And I agree with you, Leanne. You said it earlier. The ability for people to see that we're not perfect. Because those videos, like if you pay attention to the videos, right? And you hear somebody who does everything perfect the first time, they're lying to you. They cut it up. Like if you ever see a picture where I'll give away a secret of some people. If you see somebody talking to you like this, and then the next thing you see is they're talking to you like this, right? They zoomed in because they made an error and they went into whatever they're using to edit their video and they zoom in on themselves. So it looks like they didn't make an error. It's just a different camera angle. So,
and pros and cons to everything. Actually teaching, if it's a teaching video, I can see cutting out the errors,
Yes.
because you don't want other people to be like, because a lot of people they'll use a video, and I encourage this. If you're learning to do something new, watch a video. You can hit pause, do what they're doing, and then hit play.
Right.
But again, if you're doing a teaching video, be the time to cut some of that out and say, no, because they've already done it, then they also are making the same mistake and having to redo it. So it's all in the in the moment and what you're doing and what the goal is. But I do think that watching people doing things can be incredibly valuable, and,
Yes.
and just being real. I mean, so done with the perfect book life, right?
I agree with you 100%. I want people to see, like, that's why I want to work through some things. I want to show people, especially with our Now site and some other stuff that we're working on, is I want people to see that it is simple. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. I know you've said this when you've done some training, is like with Now site, you will never break the system. Like, you can't break it. You might lose what you did, but you won't break the system. And I remember years ago when I was trying to learn how to code and put stuff up on the web back when my daughter was in high school. Oh my gosh, like, I ruined something to a point that I had to uninstall the entire app and reinstall it. And I have no idea what I did, but it would not work. So, like, the systems we're using today, that just doesn't happen. Things like Melon, this is so simple that I encourage you, if you've never gone live and you want to go live, just use Melon, use StreamYard, get on, mess around with it, show people what it looks like, and have fun with it. I mean, it's such a simple thing to do. So anyway,
Yeah,
we've been at this for 40 minutes, and I appreciate you coming on live with me. It's
yeah,
amazing how time flies.
definitely fun.
So it
Well,
was
thanks for
fun.
the invitation.
You got it.
Fun to get updated, learn something new. Added the vidIQ on there that will only enhance this. And by the way,
Exactly.
I know that some applications have affiliate opportunities. I'm an affiliate marketer, so I'm always on the lookout for that. Charles, does a Melon affiliate program?
It does not have an affiliate program that I have seen, but I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I haven't looked into it enough, to be honest, and it might.
Since Charles has been mentioning StreamYard as well, a StreamYard I know does have a program. I have an affiliate link from it, and so if you're listening to this video and you're like, "Ooh, I want to check that out," one way that you can help us is by using affiliate links. If we share something that has an affiliate link, please use our affiliate links. That's how we get paid, how we're making money. And so we appreciate that. We love sharing our knowledge and abilities with you.
Yes.
That's how you can reach us.
So yes, there is a referral program with Melon.
All right. So put that in the link, put that in the chat below.
I will add it to the chat. The thing about it, it looks like you don't get paid. You get pro time for referring people who sign up for pro. So
Yeah.
it's
So
a different style.
that helps people like us. Trust
That's
me.
right. It does. So, all right. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. I got another appointment here in like 10 minutes, so I'm going to get ready for that one. So thanks, Leanne. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care.